All right, so we're going to continue our notes on median. Okay, so just a second ago, or on the last video, we learned that median is the value in the middle. You put the data in order from least to greatest. You pick the middle value, and then 50% of the data is above the median and 50% is below the median. Okay, so I guess right here, let's write median example. We're actually going to do 2 examples. Okay. So let's say that I don't know, I'm just going to write some numbers. 5, 7. So this is going to be our data. Okay. So 2, 9, and 3. Okay, so we have 5 numbers. And the first thing that we have to do is we have to put the data in order. Okay, so the first thing is we're going to order. That's important. We're going to order the data first. So least to greatest, so that would be 2, and then 3, and then 5, and then 7, and then 9. Okay, then the next thing that we have to do is we have to pick the middle number, right? Well, when we only have 5 numbers, we can see real easily that 5, this number's in the middle. See, there's 2 numbers below it, and there's 2 numbers above it. It gets a little harder when you have 10, 12, 15 numbers to pick the middle number. So the way that we kind of look at that is we cross out. Okay, we go high, low, high, low. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite the numbers, or low, high, low, high. Okay. All right, and so we say, okay, the lowest number is 2, so I'm going to cross out the low number. The highest number is 9. Okay, so that brings us one step closer to getting into the middle. So 3, I cross out a low, I have to cross out a high. So when I have a bunch of numbers, I go low, high, so I can keep track. All right, so this 5, this is the median. It is directly in the middle of all the data. So we have 50% of the data is above it and 50% of the data is below it. It should be the exact same numbers above it as below it. So 2 and 2. Okay, so this is when we have an odd number of numbers. But when we have an even number of numbers, we still have to find the middle number. Okay, so I'm just going to write some numbers. 10, 15, 8, 12, 7, and let's do 11. So this one will have an even number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have an even number of data. So the first thing we have to do is we have to put it in order. Okay, so from least to greatest. So 7, then 8, 10, 11, 12, and 15. So that's the first step. The second step is to pick the middle number. Now I'm going to rewrite it. Normally we wouldn't rewrite the data once it's in order, but I'm going to rewrite it just for the sake of the notes. Okay? Okay, we're going to go high, low, or low, high, till we get to the middle. So lowest number, highest number, lowest number, highest number. Well, lowest number, highest number, that's going to give me nothing in the middle, right? So when we have 2 numbers in the middle, we put a box around them, and we have to pick the number that's in the middle of 10 and 11. And I bet everybody knows what number's right in between 10 and 11. What is it? That's right, 10.5. So the number that's right in between 10 and 11 is 10.5. Now sometimes, so we didn't have to do anything to figure that out because we know it, right? But sometimes there's examples where we don't know what the number in the middle is. And when that happens, there's a thing that we can do to figure it out. It's basically you're finding the mean, right? So we're going to add together 10 and 11. I'm going to do it over here. So 10 plus 11 is 21. And then we added two numbers, so we're going to say 21 divided by 2. 2 can't go into 1, so I'll put a 0. Add a 0, decimal 0, 2 goes into 10 5 times. So you can see we got the same value. Okay, so when you have an even number of numbers, you can just pick the number that's right in the middle, but if you don't know it, you add the two numbers together and then divide by 2. Okay, so we're going to add that little note right here. So if two numbers are, I guess we could say left in the middle. Add the numbers. And divide by 2. Again, that's only if you don't know what the middle number is, okay? Because like if you had 8 and 10 in the middle, you know the number right in between 8 and 10 is 9, so you wouldn't have to do this. But, so if the two numbers are left in the middle, add the numbers and divide by 2. Let's write that. If you don't know it already. I hate writing on the back of the pages. Okay. So that's median. Okay, mode. Mode is the easiest one. It is so simple. Mode is our definition. Is the value that occurs most often. It does not have to be a number. Can be, but it doesn't have to be. Some people call mode a categorical number, a categorical value, which means it's just a category. For example, the mode gender in our 6th grade class is female because more of our students are female than male. Okay, the mode hair color in our class is brown because more people have brown hair than any other color hair. So mode doesn't have to be a number, okay? So it's just the value that occurs the most often, okay? And how do we do the math? How do we do the math? We look at the data. We look at the data and choose the value that has the most. Told you it was easy. All you got to do is look at it. Okay? So special notes. Things to remember, I guess, about mode. There can be no mode. There can be no value that occurs more often than any other value, okay? The data that we looked at in these two examples here, there's no value that occurs more than one time. Here, there's no value that occurs more than one time. So both of these would have no mode, okay? So there can be no mode, and there can be more than one mode. Oh, there can be no mode, there can be one mode, there can be one mode there, and there can be more than one. So if you have values that occurred the same number of times, so say you had two numbers that happened 3 times, then the mode, there would be more than one mode there, okay? So again, I'm going to stop the video here, and I am going to do, on page 89, we'll continue our notes on mode. We'll do some examples of mode, and then we'll do our range notes.